Hi everyone, my name is Elise, I'm your yoga teacher. Welcome to my practice. Today we're going back to basics. So it's a very basic Vinyasa flow with Warrior 2, triangle pose, extended side angle, half moon, pyramid pose, side plank. Basic doesn't mean easy, so you can be ready to break a little sweat. Hop on your mat and let's get started. Alright, good. So we're starting extended child's pose today. So you can bring your big toes to touch. Open the knees as wide as the mat or as wide as you want. Extend the arms forward and bring your forehead on the floor. And if the forehead doesn't touch the floor, you can actually bring a block. And by pressing the forehead, we actually tell the nervous system that it's time to slow down and quiet down. So take a moment here to settle on your mat. Connect with your breath. Let's get centered, anchored in this present moment. There is no past and no future. There is just here and now. You and your yoga practice. We'll start by your pranayama technique. So you can exhale all the air you have in the chest and in the belly. Now inhale to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it at the top. And exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. One more time. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, hold it, come back to natural breath, take a moment to observe how the body is feeling, if there are any area of tension and discomfort that we can release during today's practice. Here you can set an intention for your practice today. What brings you on your mat? What can yoga do for you? And now by pressing on your hands, you can come to a tabletop position, bringing the wrists right underneath the shoulders and the knees under the hips. I will take 3 rounds of cat-cows. Open the fingers wide, gaze between the thumbs. Now on an inhale, drop the belly, arch the back, look up. Tailbone is lifted. Exhale, round the upper back. Tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, navel to the spine. Press the floor away from you. And again, inhale, arch the back, lift the tailbone, lift the heart. Gaze up or forward. And exhale, round. One more time. Inhale, arch the back, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, send your gaze up or forward. And on your exhale, you press the floor away from you, you round the upper back, you tuck the tailbone, you tuck the chin and you squeeze the belly. And inhale back to a neutral position. Now extend the right leg back, pointing the toes towards the back of the mat, and extend the left arm forward with the thumb facing the ceiling. Squeeze the navel to the spine, press on the right hand to release the shoulders away from the ears. That's spinal balance. Now bend the right knee. And now with the left arm, make a big circle towards the back of the mat and just tap the right foot and bring the right arm forward. And again, inhale, exhale, the left arm circles back, tapping the right foot and back to the center, back to the front of the mat. And one more time, left arm circles back, tapping the right foot, but this time take hold of the right foot, press the right foot in your hands, lift the toes towards the ceiling, open the chest, find a nice stretch in the left shoulder. Inhale, see if you can kick the toes a little bit higher, and breathe. One more inhale here. Exhale, come back to spinal balance. And release, tabletop position. Let's do this on the other side. Extend the left leg back, pointing the toes towards the back of the mat. And now the right arm forward with the thumb facing towards the ceiling. Now bend the left knee, inhale. And on the exhale, the right hand comes and tap the left foot. And back to the front of the mat. And again, right hand circles back, tapping the right foot. Back to the center, the front of the mat. And now this time the right hand comes and grab the left foot. Kick the left toes towards the ceiling. Inhale so you have a little bit more space. Feel a nice stretch in the right shoulder. And every time you inhale, maybe you can lift a little higher. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly release, come back to spinal balance. And tabletop position. Alright, and now here you can take maybe a few movements and rotation with the hips in one direction and in the other. At the same time you warm up the wrists. And then you can go the other direction. And back to the center. Make sure you haven't lost the alignment. Knees under the hips and wrists under the shoulders. Now curl the toes. Nice stretch of the toes. Press on your hands, lift your hips up and back for downward dog. First downward dog of this session, so feel free to take any movement that feels nice, that feels comfortable. You can lift the knees, you can lift the heels one after the other. You can bend the knees on one side and then to the other. Really take any movement that your body might be craving for. Fingers are widely spread, slightly turn outward. And here you can come to a still dog. Let's check your alignment for a moment. The middle finger is pointing towards the front of the mat. Your shoulders are externally rotated. You press on the hands, press on the padding of your hands so you can sink the chest towards the thighs. Your feet are hips distance apart. The back of the legs is stretching towards the back of the mat. And the heels are firmly planted on the floor, or maybe not yet, and that's fine. Navel to the spine, tailbone up and back. And what else? I think that's about it for now. And breathe here. Now you can gently bend the knees if you want. Walk your hands back towards the feet. Grab opposite elbows and find your ragdoll pose here. You can keep a nice and soft bend in the knees. The weight is more towards the toes, tailbone is lifting towards the ceiling, navel is still towards the spine. Now bring your hands back on the floor and walk your hands forwards and come back to your downward dog position. Press the floor away from you, sink the heart towards the chest. Slow breathing. Now gaze forward between the hands, bend the knees and walk your feet towards the front of the mat for Uttanasana. Now inhale, first you look halfway up, you can bring the hands on your shin or you could bring the hands on your blocks. Whatever is accessible for you here, so you want to have a long spine. And when you exhale, you fall forward, bringing the chest towards the thigh. You can keep a soft bend in the knees. Now pressing on the feet, make a big circle with the arms around the body. Inhale all the way up, find a tall mountain. You can gaze up towards the palms are joining above the head. And exhale, hands to your heart. And release, Tadasana, mountain pose. Now inhale, raise your arms high. Hook the thumbs, so you make like a little bird with your hands. You want to raise the fingertips towards the sky, but you keep the shoulders down. You take a big inhale here, and on the exhale, side bend to the right. Send your heart towards the ceiling. Deep breathing. Inhale at the center, and on the exhale, side bend to the left. Again, send your heart towards the ceiling, shoulders aligned with the hips. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, bring your arms behind the back, interlace the fingers. Press the knuckles down, open the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades gently. Inhale here, and on the exhale, bending the knees, fall forward, bring the chest on the thighs, the hand go past the head towards the front of the mat. And breathe. Now press on the feet. Inhale, rise up. Release the hands, then travel all the way to the ceiling. And exhale, hands to the heart. And release your arms down. Alright, you're up for a few Surya Namaskar, 8 Sun Salutations. So if you are, today I will not do the Chaturanga option, so the high plank, low plank. I will stay on my knees, but if you have that in your practice, feel free to take low plank, Chaturanga. Now let's find a mountain pose, Savasana. Bring your big toes to touch, separate your heels. And you can actually lift the toes off the floor. And now bring the toes back from the pinky. So from the pinky you unroll the toes on the floor. You press on the big toe, you press on the pinky. And see here if you can distribute the weight of the body on each four corners of the feet. Now lift the kneecaps so you engage the quads. Tailbone is facing down and the pelvis is forward. Strong core, shoulders away from the ears, and the arms are extended towards the floor. Imagine you were carrying a suitcase here, so you really want to have active arms. That's your mountain pose, and of course shoulders away from the ears. Now inhale, raise your arms high, and exhale, fall forward, Uttanasana. Inhale halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Now bend the knees, plant your hands on the floor, right foot and left foot back for your high plank. Spread the fingers wide, make sure your feet are hip distance apart and the wrists are right underneath the shoulders. Now bring the knees on the floor. You can shift the weight forward, bend the elbows in, bring the chin and the chest on the floor, and your butt is lifted. Now slide your legs, press on your hands, inhale, and find your cobra here. Soft bend in the elbows, the heart is lifted, and I press on my hands to lift the chest. I engage the glutes, so I protect the lower back, and my feet are firmly pressing down the floor. Now inhale here, exhale, lower down, tuck the toes. You can press yourself back onto a tabletop position and then downward dog. Lift the hips high towards the ceiling, downward dog. 3 deep breaths here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, bend the knees, exhale, look forward, right foot, left foot at the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway up, long spine, and exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, and exhale, hands to the heart, and release. And again, inhale, bring the arms up over the head, you can gaze towards the thumb, and exhale, fall forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, hands on the floor, right foot, left foot back, high plank, knees on the floor, and here let's find a variation. Bend the knees so you can bring the toes towards the ceiling, point the toes towards the ceiling, bend the elbows in, chin, chest on the floor, and now bring the legs back on the floor, press on the hands, inhale, cobra. Maybe you find a higher cobra here. Release the shoulders away from the ears, squeeze the shoulder blades together, press on the hands so you can lift the chest, use the glutes. Now tuck the toes, press on the hands, come back to downward dog using the core. Inhale and exhale. Bend the knees, look forward, right foot, left foot at the front of the mat. Inhale with a flat back. Exhale, fall forward, press on the feet, inhale, rise up all the way to the top. Exhale, hands to the heart, and release. One more time. Inhale, lift your arms up, gaze forward towards the ceiling, and exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands on the floor, right foot, left foot back. Knees on the floor, bend the knees, bring the toes towards the ceiling, bend the elbows, chin, chest on the floor. Bring the shins down, inhale, cobra. Tuck the toes, exhale, downward dog. Inhale and exhale. Now bend the knees, look forward, right foot, left foot at the front of the mat. Inhale with a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale all the way up, gaze towards the thumb, towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands to your heart and down. Close your eyes for a moment. Catch your breath. Observe your heartbeat in the chest. Observe the energy from the crown of the head to the toes, maybe some tingling in the fingers. Sun Salutations are a very powerful practice. If you have 5 minutes every day, I would just advise to do that every morning at sunrise. So that was Surya Namaskar A. Now let's go to Surya Namaskar B. We'll start with a chair pose, so bring your feet together. On an inhale, bend the knees, squat down, raise your arms high, lift your heart, gaze between the hands for chair pose. Make sure that the weight is towards the heels and you can wiggle your toes and see if you can straighten your back a little more. Take an inhale here and exhale, fall forward, Uttanasana. Inhale halfway. Exhale, right foot, left foot back, high plank. Knees on the floor, weight forward, bend the elbows in, chin, chest, slide the legs, press on the hands. Inhale, cobra. Tuck the toes, exhale, downward dog. Now, inhale the right leg high, and on the exhale, you bring the right knee towards the chest, maybe towards the nose, and you come here into a plank pose. You really want to press the upper back towards the ceiling, engage the core as much as you can. And now step the right foot between your hands, flatten the left foot, so spin the left heel on the floor. Inhale, find your warrior one. Make sure you have the right alignment of your feet, so the front heel is aligned with the back heel. Your hips are turned and parallel to the front of the mat. And see if you can bring the right knee to the side. Shoulders away from the ears, lift your heart, engage the core, soft gaze forward, fingertips pointing towards the ceiling. Some people like to join their hands and gaze towards the thumb. That's up to you here. Inhale, exhale, hands on the floor, lift the left heel off the floor, right foot meet the left for high plank, knees on the floor, bend the elbows in, chest, chin, slide the legs, press on the hands, inhale, cobra, tuck the toes, exhale, downward dog. Inhale, and exhale. Now inhale, left leg high, exhale, knee to the chest, or maybe knee to nose, coming to your plank here so the shoulders are above the wrists. Squeeze the navel towards the ceiling. Inhale and exhale, step the left foot between the hands. Spin the right heel on the floor, press on the feet. Inhale, rise up for your warrior one. Shoulders above the hips are square towards the front of the mat. The knee is nicely bent over the ankle, arms up. You can separate the hands or you can bring the hands and look towards the thumb as long as you keep the shoulders down. Deep breathing, soften the shoulders away from the ears, soften your gaze. Inhale, exhale, hands on the floor, lift the right heel off the floor, left foot meet the right foot for a high plank, knees on the floor, bend the elbows in, chest, chin, slide the legs, inhale, cobra. Tuck the toes, use the core, exhale, downward dog. Inhale and exhale. One more time, inhale and exhale. Bend the knees, look forward, right foot, left foot at the front of the mat. Inhale with a flat back. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Inhale, bend the knees, squat down, find your chair pose. And exhale, Samastiti, release the hands. One more time. Bend the knees, inhale, find your chair pose. And exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale halfway. Exhale, find your high plank, knees on the floor, bend the elbows in, cobra. On an inhale, tuck the toes, exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg high, right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, knee to the chest. Set the right foot between the hands, flatten the left foot. Inhale for your warrior one. Exhale, hands on the floor, lift the left heel, right foot meet the left for high plank, knees on the floor, bend the elbows in, chest, chin, inhale, cobra. Tuck the toes, exhale, use the core, downward dog. Now inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee to nose or to the chest, come to your high plank here. Set the left foot between the hands, spin the right heel on the floor. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands on the floor, lift the right heel, find your high plank. Knees, chest, chin on the floor, slide the legs, press on the hands, inhale, cobra. Tuck the toes, exhale, downward dog. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Bend the knees, look forward, step the right foot and the left foot at the front of the mat. Inhale with a flat back. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, inhale, find your chair pose. And exhale, Samasthiti, and release. And again, close your eyes for a moment. Observe the energy flowing. Observe any physical sensations. Anything new, anything different. Slow down the heart, slow down the breath before we carry on with our flow. And open the eyes. Alright, good. Now if you have your 2 blocks, you can set your 2 blocks on each corner of your mat, and if you only have one, you can set it on the right corner of the mat. From here, we'll take a series of very basic standing pose, very basic transition, but the basics are always good. So find your mountain pose, big toes to touch, heels are separated. We'll start with a chair pose again. Bend the knees, inhale, find your chair pose. And on the exhale, for forward Uttanasana. Inhale halfway. And on the exhale, find your high plank. Knees, chest, chin on the floor. Inhale, cobra. Tuck the toes, exhale, downward dog. I should have told you that you can always skip the Vinyasa. Now inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right knee to nose. Inhale, right leg high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to right elbow, come into your arm planks here again. Inhale, 3-legged dog, and here we twist. On the exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, 3-legged dog. And on the exhale, right foot between the hands at the front of the mat. You are in your runner's lunge here. Now inhale, rise up for your crescent lunge. Release the shoulders away from the ears. Make sure the shoulders are right above the hips. Inhale here. And exhale, open to warrior two. So the whole body is open to the left, but I gaze towards my middle finger. Make sure that you can see your right big toe. So slide the right knee towards the back of the mat. Press on the other edge of the back foot. Soften your shoulders, soften your gaze. Bring the pelvis forward, the tailbone down, engage your core. Lift your heart. Now inhale. And on the exhale, see if you can deepen the pose a little bit here. Sinking a little deeper. And again, inhale. And exhale, sink a little deeper. Now revolve the front palm. Inhale, reach forward, and on the exhale, reverse your warrior. Nice stretch on the right side. You can gaze towards the right hand. See if you haven't lost the bend in the front knee. The left hand slides alongside the left leg. From here we go to extended side angle. So inhale. On the exhale we transition through warrior two. Right hand inside of the right foot. Left arm comes up and over the ear. Open the heart towards the ceiling. Press your left arm against the right knee and the right knee against the right arm arm. And you can gaze towards the left hand. And if your neck is bothering you, just gaze towards the right foot. Long line of energy between the left hand and the left foot. Now from here we go back to warrior two, so inhale. Exhale, the torso moves back to warrior two. Straighten the front leg, maybe you want to shorten the stance of the feet a little bit. Shift your hips back, reach forward. And find your Trikonasana triangle pose. If you have your block, maybe you can set your hand on the block. And again, long line of energy between the fingertips and the fingertips. Bring your shoulders back and your hips forward. Shoulders away from the ears. You can gaze down or you can gaze up, whatever is accessible for you. And from here we'll transition to half moon pose. So bend the front knee. You can bring the left hand on your hip. Grab your block or place your block like about 10 centimeters away from the right pinky. Set your hands on the block, and here you need to give yourself a little bit of momentum. Step on the right foot, lift the left leg off the floor. Find your balance here. You can even with your hands open the hip to the side. Flex the back foot, and when you have your balance, you can lift the left arm up towards the ceiling. Squeeze the core, squeeze the glutes, open the heart towards the ceiling. Oops, I'm losing balance. Inhale here. On the exhale, slowly bend the front knee. Bring the left foot back, find your triangle pose again. Inhale. Exhale, left hand on the floor. Frame the right foot with both hands. Bring the left foot slightly more in for pyramid pose. Inhale, flat back, and exhale, fold over the right leg. Nice stretch in the back of the right leg. Inhale here. On the exhale, bend the right knee, slide the left toes back, and we'll take a side plank. So lean on the left hand, inhale and bring the right arm up. And here, come on the outer arch of the left foot, so you can bring the right foot on top of the left. You can set the left knee on the floor if you want, or stay with your feet stacked. Bump your hips towards the ceiling, fingertips reaching high. 2 more breaths here. Press on the left hand. Inhale. Exhale, right hand on the floor. Find your high plank. Knees. Bend the elbows in. Chest, chin on the floor. Slide the legs. Inhale. Find your cobra. Tuck the toes. Exhale. Downward dog. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now inhale the left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose or knee to the chest. Find your plank arms here. Inhale, sweep the left arm back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, 3-legged dog. And exhale, we twist. Left knee, right elbow. Inhale, 3-legged dog. And on the exhale, foot between the hands at the front of the mat. Settle here for a moment in your runner's lunge. Now inhale, find your crescent lunge. Fingertips towards the ceiling, shoulders down. Inhale here. And on the exhale, spin the right heel on the floor, open for warrior two. Arms, the fingertips reach in opposite direction. The torso is completely and the hips open to the right. Inhale. And on the exhale, sink a little deeper. Left knee towards the left side of the mat. And again, when you exhale, you sink a little deeper. Now flip the front palm, inhale, reach forward, and on the exhale, reverse your warrior. You can gaze towards the left hand, the right hand slides alongside the right leg. Nice stretch on the left side. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Deep breathing. And from here, we'll go to extended side angle. So inhale here, exhale, transition, warrior two, left hand inside of the left foot. Reach your right arm up and over the ear. Hips forward, shoulders back, spin your heart towards the ceiling. You can gaze towards the right hand. Your long line of energy between the right fingertips and the right toes. Deep breathing. From here we go back to warrior two. Inhale, exhale, warrior two. Let's get settled for Trikonasana. Straighten the front leg. Inhale, exhale, reach forward, left fingertips on the floor or on a block. Reach the right fingertips high. Bring your hips forward and your shoulders back and gaze towards the ceiling or gaze towards the floor. Engage the core so you don't collapse, chest towards the thigh. And from here we'll transition to half moon. So your block is, you can set the block in front of the left foot like towards the pinky. Bend the left knee, bring the left hand on the block or on the floor, right hand on the hip. Press on the right foot so you can give yourself a little bit of momentum. Lift the right leg off the floor, flex the right foot. Open your whole body to the side. When you find your balance, you can lift your right arm up towards the ceiling. Flex the back foot as if you were pushing against the wall. Now from here we go back to triangle pose. Inhale. Exhale, slowly bend the left foot, bring the right foot back. Find your triangle pose. Inhale here. Exhale, right hand on the floor, shorter the stance. Turn the hips towards the front of the mat, pyramid pose. Inhale with a flat back and exhale, fold over the left leg. And breathe. Inhale, flat back. Bend the left foot, slide the right toes to the back. Find your runner's lunge again. From here, we'll take side plank. So right hand is open on the floor, fingers widely spread. Spin your right foot so you come on the other edge of the right foot. Bring your left arm up and now slide your left foot on top of the right. You can always set the right knee on the floor. Bump your hips towards the ceiling. Squeeze your core. Engage, shoulders away from the ears. Gaze towards your left thumb. We stay here for 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, left hand on the floor. Find your high plank. Knees on the floor and find your child's pose here for a moment. Bring your hips towards the heels. Arms extended forward, forehead on the floor. Catch your breath. Observe any movements, any subtle sensation. One more breath here. Now press on your hands, come back to tabletop position. Curve the toes under, lift the hips, downward dog. Bend the knees, gaze forward, right foot, left foot at the front of the mat. Inhale with a flat back. And exhale, fall forward. Bend the knees, inhale, find your chair pose. And exhale, Samastiti, and release. Good. Now we'll do the same sequence but with one breath, one movement. So it's going to be a little faster. So find your Tadasana mountain pose. Arm extended to the side. Open your chest. Gentle squeeze of the shoulder blades. And a lot of space between the shoulders and the ears. Now on an inhale, find a chance pose. Bend the knees, bring the arms up. And exhale, fall forward. Inhale halfway. Exhale, find your high plank. Knees, chest, chin on the floor. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right foot high. Exhale, right foot between the hands at the front of the mat. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Flip the front palm. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale here. And on the exhale, extended side angle. Right hand on the floor. Inhale, left arm up towards the ears. Inhale here. Exhale, back to warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Inhale. Exhale, reach forward. Find Trikonasana, triangle pose. Now bring the left hand on the hip. Bend your right knee. Bring the hand towards the pinkies, about 10 centimeters away from it. Step on the right foot. Inhale. Find your half moon pose. Let's stay here for a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Find your triangle pose again. Arm up. Inhale. Exhale. Pyramid pose. Both hands frame the foot. Knee to nose. Nose to knee. Inhale. Bend the front knee. Find your runner's lunge. From here, find your side plank. Inhale. Exhale. High plank. Knees, chest on the floor. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, downward dog. Let's take 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale for 2. And exhale. Inhale for 3. And exhale. Now inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left foot between the hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse the front palm, reach forward. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale here. And exhale, extended side angle. Left hand on the floor, right arm reach up to and over the ear. Inhale here. Exhale, find your warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Reach forward. Exhale, find your triangle pose. Let's take a breath here. Right hand on the hip. Bend the left knee. Bring the left hand about 10 centimeters away from the pinky. Press on the left foot. Press on the left foot. Bring the right leg up. Find your half moon pose. Right fingertips towards the ceiling. Inhale here. And on the exhale, find your triangle pose again. Inhale. Exhale, hands on the floor, frame your foot. And knee to nose, pyramid pose. Inhale halfway, bend the front knee, find your runner's lunge. Right hand flat. Inhale, left arm towards the ceiling. And on your exhale, find your side plank. Squeeze the belly. Inhale here. Exhale, find your high plank. Knees, chest on the floor. Inhale for your cobra. Exhale, turn the toes. Exhale. Downward dog. 2 breaths here. Inhale for 1. And exhale. Inhale for 2. And exhale. Now bend the knees, look forward. Right foot, left foot at the front of the mat. Inhale with a flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, find your chair pose. And exhale, rise up, Samasthiti. And release the hands. Alright, well done. From here, we'll go on the floor. So let's find a chair pose again. Last one for today. Inhale, find your chair pose. Stay here. See if you can sink your hips a little lower, a little lower, a little lower, until you come to seated. The hips are now towards the heel. Bring your hands on the floor and come to seat. Good. From here we'll go to boat pose. Feet flat on the floor. Extend the arms forward. Lift your calf muscles off the floor. You can extend the legs if you want, or you stay here with the calf muscle parallel to the floor. Bump your chest up, shoulders away from the ears. We'll stay here for 5, 4, 3. It has to shake a little bit. 2, 1, and release. Good. So that was high boat, and now we have half boat or low boat. So find your boat pose again. Inhale here, and when you exhale, you start to straighten your leg and you lower your back down. So you're actually on your tailbone here. Look towards the feet. Squeeze the navel to the spine, shoulders away from the ears, and we stay here for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, exhale, find your high boat again, and down. Good, well done. Alright, from here you can come onto your belly, so you can slide your legs back. Bring the torso on the floor. Alright, we'll do a few back bends here, mainly variation of locust and cobra. So extend your arms alongside the body and bring the forehead on the floor. Now interlace the fingers over the bum and squeeze the shoulder blades here. And on an inhale, we start by lifting the head and the torso off the floor. Now lift the legs off the floor, pointing the toes towards the back of the mat, and the hands wants to reach the heels. And breathe here. Every time you inhale, maybe you can lift the chest a little higher. One more big breath in. And exhale, lower down. You can release, bring the left cheek on the floor. Rest here for a moment. Now bring the forehead back on the floor. We'll do the same thing. Interlace the fingers over the bum. Start to squeeze the shoulder blades together. Join the feet together. On an inhale, lift the chest off the floor, gaze forward. Now lift the feet off the floor and the legs off the floor. And every time you inhale, maybe you can lift a little higher. The hands wants to reach the heels, and the toes are firmly pointing towards the back of the mat. Inhale. On the exhale, release the torso and the legs, but keep the hands where they are. Now bend your knees. The right hand grabs the right foot and the left hand grabs the left foot. And from here we'll go to boat pose. So here, you remember what we did at the beginning of the practice when we kicked the foot in the hand, but we want to do the same thing. So on an inhale, lift the torso off the floor, gaze forward. Now kick your feet in the hands. Bring the toes towards the ceiling and your feet really kick in the hands. The knees are lifted. Nice stretching the shoulders. Inhale here. And on the exhale, slowly lower down. Release the feet and turn your head to the right. And rest here for a moment. Observe any sensations or certain movements. Now bring the hands right underneath the shoulders, forehead on the floor. Press on your hands on your knees. Come back to a child's pose for a moment. Stretching the lower back. From here, press on your hands. Come back to a tabletop position. Cross your ankle, sit back, and shift your legs forward. Bring the right knee towards your chest. And between the right foot and the left thigh, you can keep a fist. So we have space here. Now you want to have the left foot active. So the left knee is pointing towards the ceiling and the toes are flexed, so your foot is flexed here. Now bring the left hand right behind you. Inhale the right arm forward, up to the ceiling. And on the exhale, you reach with your right fingertips towards the front of the mat. You really want to reach as far as you can. And now maybe what you can do is wrap your right arm around the right knee and clasp your hands here in the back. And if that's not available for you, you can just keep your fingertips on each side of the knee, so extend the arms towards the side, make a little tent with your fingertips. Or you join me and you clasp your hands and you fall forward here. Don't shrug the shoulders in the ears, keep the ears away from the chest, from the shoulders. And breathe. Now inhale. Exhale, bring the right arm forward, release the left fingertips on the floor. Inhale the right arm up and release. And we change. Extend the right leg, bring the left knee towards the chest. Make sure you have a fist between the left foot and the right thigh. Right fingertips on the floor right behind you. Inhale the left arm up. And on the exhale, you bring the left arm inside of the left knee and you reach the fingertips forward as far as you can. And you can actually press on the right fingertips behind you. Now wrap the left arm around the left knee. Clasp your hands if you can. Or again, fingertips on each side of the mat and the chest forwards. Inhale, open. And on the exhale, you can fall a little deeper. Keep the right leg active. Deep breathing here. Now on an inhale, lift the torso, release the clasp of the hand. Inhale the left arm up. And exhale, release. Extend the left leg towards the right for Dandasana staff pose. Bring the hands right beside the hips, both feet are flexed. Now inhale, your arms up. And on the exhale, see if you can hook your big thumb with your peace fingers, with the middle and the index. Inhale, open the chest. And when you exhale, fall forward. So you pull on the thumb, on the big toes, so you can bring the chest towards the thigh. Maybe that's enough, or maybe you're not even there and you have the hands on the ankles, on the shin. And if you want to go a step further, you can maybe clasp your hands behind the feet, or maybe you can grab your heels. Wherever you are, you want to have an open back, open chest, and the shoulders away from the ears. So down round the upper back. Don't compromise the integrity of the spine and of the neck. Keep a long neck. Now, on your next inhale, slowly release. And exhale down. Very good. All right. Now, bring the right foot over the left knee. And here again, keep that left leg active. And now wrap your left elbow around the right knee and twist to the side, right arm back, right fingertips. Inhale, lift the chest, long spine, and exhale, you have more space to twist. When you inhale, you elongate the spine. And when you exhale, you twist towards the back of the mat. Now complete your exhale. Inhale back to the center. Release the right leg. Bring the left foot over the right knee. Squeeze the left leg towards you. The right elbow hugs the left knee. Left hand back. Inhale, open the chest. And exhale, you twist towards the back of the mat. Every time you inhale, you elongate the spine, and when you exhale, you have more space to twist. One more breath here. Complete your exhale. Inhale. And back to the center. Good. Now extend your arms. Extend your arms. Gently round the upper back and gluing your legs on the floor, and fold the spine vertebra by vertebra and come onto your back. I want it to shake a little bit. Go as slow as you can with a lot of control. The last thing that release on the floor are the shoulders and the back of the head. Alright, and here let's take a few back bends here. So bring the heels towards the bum. Fingertips touch your heels here. We'll first take bridge pose, and if you have wheel in your practice, you can take a wheel on the third one. Now make sure that the shoulder blades are on the floor, the neck is aligned with the spine. Now press on the feet, inhale, lift your hips high. Squeeze the bum at the top. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Press the hands on the floor and roll on the other edge of your shoulders. Keep pressing on the feet, bumping the hips towards the ceiling. Squeeze the glutes and keep the chin away from the chest. Imagine you have a block between the thighs that you want to keep together. Inhale here. Exhale, release the shoulders. Undo the hands back on the floor, and here you can bring the knees to the chest. Give them a big squeeze to release. And we'll do this one more time. Bring your feet flat on the floor. Make sure you can touch the heels. Press on the feet. Inhale, lift the hips high. Join the hands together. Interlace the fingers. Roll on the other edge of the shoulders. Press on the feet. On an inhale, you bump the hips towards the ceiling. Inhale here. And exhale, release. Knees to the chest. Now you can take one more bridge pose, or you can take wheel if wheel is in your practice. So it's the same starting position for the feet, but the fingertips flip towards the shoulders. The elbows are pointing towards the ceiling, but they are together, they're not towards the side. Now press on the hands, press on the feet, crown of the head on the floor. And then press yourself back up. Arms are straight. Shoulders rotated. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze your thighs together. Or maybe you're in a bridge pose, which is absolutely fine. If wheel is not in your practice, it's not the moment to practice it. One more breath. Now bend the elbows, tuck the chin, crown of the head on the floor, and roll the spine on the mat. Bring your knees to the chest, and maybe you want to roll from side to side. And you can keep the right knee to the chest, extend the left leg long, activate the foot. Now extend the right arm on the floor with the palm facing down, and with the left hand you drag the right knee all the way to the left. And you gaze to the right for a spinal twist. Breathe deeply here. Now slowly come back to the center. One last squeeze of that right knee, and you can change. Bring the left knee to the chest, extend the right leg long, activate the right foot. Left arm on the floor, palm facing down, right hand drags the left knee all the way to the right, and you can gaze towards the left hand. Deep, slow breathing here. Now slowly come back to the center. One last squeeze to that right knee, to that left knee. Now extend the left leg long and find your Savasana here. Open your feet as wide as you want. The arms extended towards the side with the palm facing up. Take a big breath in. And exhale. Exhale all the air. Now we'll inhale together for the count of 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. hold it, and exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. And exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. And come back to natural and simple breath. Release the control over the breath, over the body, and find relaxation here. Release your feet, your legs, your hips, and your buttocks. Let your legs completely relax into this moment and sink into the earth. Release your hands, your arms, your shoulders. Soften your abdomen and your chest. Relax your lower back, your mid back, and your upper back. Let your shoulders melt into the floor. Relax your neck. Gently open the mouth to relax the jaw and the tongue. Relax your eyes and your forehead. Relax your mind. And in Savasana, you basically practice relaxation for the next few minutes. You can just stay here, knowing that you're fully supported by the floor. There is nowhere to be, nothing to do. Just relax. Now you can start to bring movements to the fingers and the toes. You can move your head from one side to the other. Extend the arms over the head and stretch from the tip of the toes to the tip of the fingers. Bring the knees to the chest. Roll on either side. Stay a moment here, taking contact with the floor again. And then gently press yourself back up to a seated position with your legs crossed and your eyes closed for just a moment. Inhale and find a gentle lift in the heart. You can place your hands in the prayer position in front of your heart. Gently bow your head forward. You can honor yourself here for making the time to be on your mat today. Honor your body for allowing you to do yoga, for its strength, flexibility. And you can also send it some compassion for its limits. Come back to the intention you set at the beginning of the practice. And together to close this practice, we'll chant the peace mantra Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. You can exhale all the air. Now inhale deeply to chant. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. thoughts, peace in your words, and peace in your heart. From my heart to yours. Namaste. Thank you, beautiful yogis. I really hope you enjoyed this practice together and that you enjoyed going back to basics. And if it wasn't back to basics for you, I hope that this practice has given you the energy and the will to continue deeper into a Vinyasa practice. Have a beautiful end of the day. Stay safe and healthy, and I will see you next time. Bye.